do a Death Knight is going to be like in Titan. Staff of Primus, 1 mana, 1/3, 2 unholy. After your hero attack, shuffle a random plague in your opponent's deck. Okay. Blood Plague, 1. Okay, so the mana cost is probably irrelevant. Take 2 damage, restore 2 health to the enemy hero. Okay. Take 2 damage, summon a 2/2 undead for your opponent. Take 2 damage, your next card costs 1 more. Oh my god. 2 unholy for that is really interesting. Again, we just talked about this with like those custom classes. Is just, this is a good card. If it was just not restricted by runes, this card would be played in almost every goddamn game in the world, or almost every single Death Knight deck. This is that, like the blood or the frost one is kind of nutty. I haven't seen the rest of the cards though. I'm hoping unholy at least gets some kind of support for the unholy package, but we'll see. Okay, it looks like that's going to be the case. Distress, Calvadir, I think that's how you say it. 2 mana, 3/2. Death Rattle, shuffle 2 random plagues in your opponent's deck. Okay, so it's the plague package. Oh, okay. I mean, that's kind of spicy, bro. That's already, just from this alone, is 10 damage over the game. It's like Bomb Warrior in a sense. Cool. Okay. Down with the Ship, 2 mana, 1 frost, 1 unholy. It's a weird combo. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If it dies, shuffle 2 random plagues into your opponent's deck. Again, good card. Will it see play? I don't know. 1 frost, 1 unholy is a little weird, but it seems like they actually thought about this quite a bit, because it looks like, yeah, just from like the cards back, it's like 1 frost, so maybe they're pushing 2 unholy, 1 frost. Frozen Over, 2 mana, 1 unholy, or sorry, 1 frost. Both players draw 2 cards. Your opponent cannot play them next turn. Yo, I really like the design of that card, to be honest. That's a really interesting card. Oh my god. You're giving your opponent cards, but they can't play them. Could be sick. In reality, I don't know how good that is. You'd probably rather play just the card that draws you 2 cards, and then you get an additional... What is it? Draw 2, and then if you have a corpse, you draw 2 more or something? Or do you draw 1? Cool. Also draws them plagues. That's true. But the thing is if they draw the plagues, they can play the additional card, right? Because technically they drew the plague, and then the plague drew an additional card. I think that's how that would work, right? I don't know. It's a cool design, but Northern Navigator, 1 frost, 2 mana. Discover a spell from your deck. If it's frost spell, freeze a random enemy minion. Okay, so basically discover a frost spell from your deck, freeze a random enemy minion. Sure. I mean, that probably sees play. That's not bad. It's not a copy of a spell in your deck though, so that means that you don't actually get an additional resource, but you do tutor out a frost spell basically. Because this is gonna see play in Frost Demon Hunter. Death Knight. God, I keep making that mistake. I don't know about some other unholy deck, but this is going Frost. Let me tell you what. That's going in Frost. What the frick is this? Eulogizer? I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Sorry for your ranked mode loss. Okay, what does this card do? 3 mana, 3/3. Battlecry, spend 3 corpses to deal 3 damage. Forge, gain them instead. Oh, so if you forge this, you get 3 corpses and you deal 3 damage. Is it J sound? I'm not gonna bother. I'm over it. People already know. It's nice that people know I don't know how to pronounce anything, because then there's no expectation for me to actually pronounce anything, and it's good because I could never pronounce anything. You have to forge on turn 2 and then you play this. It doesn't have a rune restriction, so that's not bad. Okay, probably fine. I could see it. I'm not like spicy about it. Who the frick is this? Hell yeah? Like you go like hell yeah, you know what I mean? Okay, 4 mana, 4/4, unholy. Battlecry, shuffle all 3 plagues in your opponent's deck. Plagues they draw this game are unending. So I'm going to imagine that means they just get shuffled back into the deck. Like a card effect. Ew! Yo, that's so crazy, actually. See, I think it's an interesting take on, I don't know what Death Knight is like in World of Warcraft or anything, right? But the variants on these are actually kind of insane, because this card could absolutely roll you. This card could roll you too. God, yeah, Steam Cleaner's a big deal. It's like curses, but they draw through your deck. So if you, for every card will cost one more forever if they draw a Frost Plague. No, like, so if you draw a Frost Plague after this card is played, you get the Frost Plague, you draw a card, that card costs one more, but then the Frost Plague is shuffled back into your deck. I would imagine. I don't know if it shuffles two. It might shuffle one. Chat, is it two or one? Unholy Deathline and WoW relies a lot on dots. This is actually a good way of doing dots. I'm gonna be honest. Really, really well done. Just one? Okay. So it's not as bad. Cool mechanic. Cool mechanic. I could see people tilting. I could see people tilting hard on the plague mechanic though. Okay. Oh my god. Let's get through this first. Tomb Trader. 4 mana, 1 frost, 1 unholy. It's a 3/3. But card destroy a plague in your opponent's deck to deal 3 damage. Ew, dude, that is nasty, man. Oh, that is not even bad. That's so good, isn't it? Oh god, that's a hella spooky card there. It's a dual rune, yeah. The 1 frost, 1 unholy. If 1 frost, 2 unholy is playable, oh god. I think it's gonna go 2 unholy, 1 frost, right? That's probably what they're gonna go for. I guess this is like the good way of designing cards for this kind of restriction, right? Because you have to build your deck in such a specific way that I guess the archetype is not going to be like awful to play against because they can't put all the good cards in. It's cool. Okay, we saw this card. Anything else? Chained Guardian. Oh my god, this man's massive. 11 mana, 8/5. 1 unholy, Rush Reborn, cost 1 less for each plague shuffled into the enemy deck this game. Rush Reborn 8/5. So you basically have 2 8/8s with Rush if you need to kill 2 minions. That's kind of spicy, man. Just kill something. Is that it? There's more? Oh no, we saw that one. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little scared. This seems like it's pretty spicy. If I'm gonna be honest, like this is a good card. This is a good card. This is a good card. This is fine. This is a good card. This is a good card. Maybe potentially this one. This is good in arena. I'm not sure, but standard. Great card. Actually insane. This is a win condition. You don't even need to run any of these cards. This is actually a win condition if the game just goes long enough, which is kind of say one might say Picante, but you right, bro. It's Picante. Tomb Trader's good. Tomb Trader's great, actually. Holy schmolies. This card's good, obviously. So I guess you're gonna go 2 unholy, 1 frost is the game plan. Oh my god. It's like Bomb Warrior, but it's almost more annoying to play against. Steam Cleaner Disenchants. I mean, are you really gonna? I guess if the deck is that prominent, you would run it. Okay, someone said there's an extra giant. Storm Giant. Hey, look, it forged endlessly. Look at that. I knew it. 8 mana, 8/8 taunt. I like that. Forge costs 2 less. Okay, so but you have to. It's kind of booty cheeks, if I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of booty cheeks. Yeah, I don't really want to spend 8 mana to get this to cost 0 at some point. I guess it's fine. Okay, the one benefit of this card, the one benefit that I don't think a lot of people are gonna talk about is if your deck needs to be having a good hand size, like Handlock, right? You could just Forge. And you keep the card in your hand, and it gets cheaper. And that actually has potential because Warlock has a lot of cards like that coming this set. That's about it. So I guess sometimes it's God, but if you play like an 8 mana 8, if you top deck this card, dude, it's so miserable. It's so miserable. Like I don't think it's gonna see play just because you don't ever want to top deck this card. Oh god, I am not a. It's just a good mana sink when you don't need it to overextend an awkward mana. I think it's just bad. This card's only good if you like get it in your opening hand. If you ever top deck this card, you're just pissed. You're pissed. Do we have a card that can make forging cheaper? I don't think so. Not yet, at least. I don't think that's good. It should have been like, I don't even know. I think it's weak. Maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't feel very good. All right. Fact that has taunt. I mean, do you want to play an 8 mana? Like, let's say you top deck it later in the game because you don't want to spend 2 mana to forge it. Would you want to play an 8 mana 8/8 with taunt? No. So it'd be interesting. I think Deathlight looks pretty good though, man. Honestly, I'm kind of scared to play against it, and this is going to be probably a pretty good set for Deathlight. If I'm just going to be real with you guys, that's really spooky.